What's up, everybody? Good morning. This is your host with the most big bang, and welcome to the shit show this morning. I lost a brother. I lost my brother this past Saturday, July 11th, 2026 at 8:30 p.m. due to unfortunate gun violence, black on black crime. And I was just speaking about things like that with the Nolan Wells case. How people can be backdoored and killed for no apparent reason. But in his situation, from what information that I gathered from people on the streets, it was mistaken identity. Now, mind you, I know my brother. I know he don't get into no mess. He don't bother nobody. He was actually working with me, and I had just had a long talk with him that Saturday, and he was so excited about doing what he was going to do and how he was going to spend the rest of his summer, and how he wanted to get a car and how he wanted to get his life back together and get his life back on track. But unfortunately, by him looking like somebody that the person was looking for, I guess he thought my brother was that guy. He walked up behind my brother, shot him in his head twice. And as my brother laid on the ground, he shot him 2 more times in the face and 2 more times in the chest. And another one of our friends was wounded in his right shoulder. All because of allegedly what somebody else did. So if a crime was committed earlier in that day, which my brother didn't have no part of, and he wasn't even there because he was at work. He walked into something he had no idea he was walking into and lost his life just like that. It ain't no love out here in our communities, man. The hatred and the anger that we have against each other is real. This is bigger than racism. This is a plague and a real nasty disease in our communities. Everywhere you go in a black community, you always feel you have to watch your back. You have to watch your surroundings. You gotta look around, up and down and all around, wherever you go. Because if you don't, you can lose your life, just like he lost his life. And he didn't deserve to lose his life. You got a man getting up every day, going to work, handling his responsibilities, paying his bills, taking care of his children, and somebody that didn't even know who he was killed the wrong person for no reason. No reason at all. Whatever reason that he had, that he felt that he wanted to come over there and kill somebody, didn't have nothing to do with my brother. And if he knew who my brother was, he wouldn't have did the heinous act that he did. So if you out there in them streets, young black men, y'all just gotta move different. Like that song say on Friday, when Ice Cube say, we are playing tag with Satan. That's exactly what a lot of our black men are doing, playing tag with Satan every day. In a community where there is no jobs, there's no substantial amount of income or nothing. So a lot of times you would have people in neighborhoods that take materialistic things like they are a prized possession. You know, it's brothers out here that I seen got killed over $2, $5, $10, a gold chain or a gold watch or something materialistic. The same people with the same demographic, color of skin of you, they will kill you behind that with no repercussions, no hesitation, no worries in their mind, and they can go right home and go to sleep and won't even think about it at all. It's a sad situation, man. And you know, he wasn't the only brother that I lost out there in those streets. I had another brother that got shot 5 times in his back. He arguing with one dude, and the other dude come by and come behind him and shoot him in his back. It's just a level of hatred, man. It's like the power that a man possesses when he has a firearm in his hands. And you can be the biggest, baddest, you can be the strongest man on this planet. But you can have another man 150 pounds soaking wet that can equalize the whole situation just by pulling out a gun and killing somebody. So you know, eventually in situations like this, yeah, the streets is gonna talk, and eventually somebody gonna get caught. But you know, you have people that don't know nothing, didn't see nothing. Then you get all these different stories of people thinking they think they know who did it. But his murder was caught on camera. And it's a vivid video of the killer. So if he's been inside the system, all they got to do is put that picture in the database of facial recognition, and they can go after that person. If that person had a cell phone on them on the time of that person committing that murder, they are going to ping that phone off of those towers, and they are going to locate that person and where that person went. See, because it's easy to kill somebody. It's easy to pull the trigger. It's easy to take somebody's life, but with this technology they got going on today, it's only a matter of time before you get caught. And I'm hurt. It bothered me. It fucked me up. And it's gonna fuck me up for a long time. Because when you keep losing family and friends out there in the streets, it takes you into a dark place that you will never get out of again for the rest of your life. You will be mentally harmed, mentally damaged, mentally impaired, just mentally fucked up with PTSD for the rest of your life. And just seeing people and hearing people dying every single day for senseless crimes and senseless murders. Ain't nothing out there in them streets but death, man. And in reality, we have to chalk up bad mishaps like this as a loss. No matter what you go through, no matter what you deal with, the streets are the streets. The game is the game. And the streets is always going to be undefeated. And the game is going to continue to go on with or without you. When one piece is removed, the game starts over, and then another piece moves in that person's place. So the same way my brother was murdered, somebody's going to move into his place, and the person that killed him, somebody's going to end up moving in that person's place. So if that person gets caught and that person goes to prison, then we got two birds that was killed with one stone. One person is going to the mortuary and the other person is going to the prison system to be a slave for the rest of his life, knowing that he's never going to see daylight again, knowing that he's never going to be able to come home to his family and his children, just like my brother is not going to be able to do. He just watched his daughter graduate last month from high school. And then 2-3 weeks later, he gone. And the things that he promised his son, he's not going to be able to make those promises no more. He's not going to be able to fulfill those promises no more because somebody took his life for no reason. And I'm not ever going to make my brother to be out like, you know, he was some type of saint. Because in our lives, I'm sure we've all done something wrong, or we have done things that we shouldn't have been doing, or things that we sometimes in our lives regret. You know, I've never been a believer in karma, but sometimes in life, when it's your turn, it's just your turn. Whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's happy or sad, you are never going to live your life unscathed. You are never going to live your life without trauma or happiness or sadness or any type of mixed emotions, whether it's anger, frustration, or anything. The world we living in is wicked, man. And I'm gonna tell you, man, it's either you kill or you be killed. And that goes for any and everybody, because the world is dangerous everywhere. It's dangerous in white communities. It's dangerous in Latino communities, Asian communities. I don't see too much danger in the Jewish communities. But all these other communities, yeah, it's always a danger upon somebody. It's going to be somebody that's going to wake up every day with anger and hatred in their heart. Or it's always going to be somebody that was just finally pushed to their limit, to the point they snap and they just murder people and kill people with no repercussions. And nobody wins, man. Who's gonna win in this situation? The perpetrator gonna win? No. The victim gonna win? No. Everybody loses. The only ones that gain is the mortuaries making a profit, the police officers doing their job, making their money off of it, and the most lucrative profit makers is the prison system. But for some reason, man, it just doesn't register in my people's head. It ain't like the 80s. It ain't like the 90s, where surveillance wasn't a big thing back then. I mean, you can have eyewitnesses back then, but a lot of times when murders were happening back then, it wasn't no surveillance. But now, with this surveillance out here everywhere, there is a very slim chance that you get away. Especially with technology. There's certain features on these phones that a lot of people don't even know about. There's certain features on these phones where your phone is secretly recording you. But we can talk all day, every day, until we blue in the face of, oh, we wish people would stop the violence. We wish people would stop the gang violence. We wish people would stop selling dope or anything that's negative in our community. But that's never going to happen, man. It's never going to happen. Especially when a lot of our young black men and our young youth and our young black women, they aren't given that opportunity. They're not given that head start to even accomplish any type of goal or even to make it in this world, because you got people that they don't want to give them jobs. You know, they want to keep a lot of these mothers on government assistance. They want to keep a lot of our children fatherless. And they just want to keep us divided. And we're playing right along into that trap. If you want something in life, you have to get out there and go get it. No matter what. Even if it's hard for you to go get a job, you're going to always get 100 no's. But on that 101st time, somebody might take a chance on you and they might say, yeah. You can change your environment if you want to. You can change your way of living if you want to. But you have to be willing to put in the work. Because nobody is going to hand you nothing. Nobody ain't just going to say, oh yeah, I'm just going to give you a job because you're black. Or I'm just going to give you a job because you're white. Or you're Hispanic. Because I work in a corporate type of situation. And those white guys, if you don't have the experience, they don't care if you white. They won't hire those guys. You just can't sit up there and say you know how to do something and you can't do it. You know? And we know education is basically for you to learn to work for somebody else. Same thing with college. You gotta be in debt to earn more knowledge. Just to get that type of profession that you want to get. And a lot of times these college graduates don't even get that type of job that they want or make the type of salary that they want, but they still in debt. But we got to learn how to change our way of thinking. And we got to move different. We got to keep waking up these young men out here. And we got to keep waking up these young girls out here. Because you can see the writing on the wall, man. The destruction amongst our people is getting greater and greater and greater by the day. The evil mindset that so many of us carry in our hearts every day is real. But they got a place for you all day, every day. And it's that morgue and it's that prison system. They always got a place for you because they always gonna make money off of you. They always gonna find a way to take advantage of you. And if they can find those ways to take advantage of you and benefit off of your death and your demise and catching the perpetrator, and they're going to capitalize off of his demise, it's a win-win situation for the government. And it's always going to be a lose-lose situation for us. Wake up, indigenous aborigines. Wake y'all butts up. Because it's only gonna get worse. I promise you that. But that's all I want to say today. I want to say rest in peace to my brother Marlon. I love you. And I'm truly gonna miss you, man. I'm going to miss your smile. I'm going to miss you walking in my office early in the morning with a big smile on your face. Hyped up, pumped up, ready to go to work and handle your business as a man. I love you for that, bro. And I was so proud of you and I was so happy to see you succeeding in life and beating the odds. But unfortunately, the odds didn't get the opportunity to turn in your favor. But your memory will live on, man. In my mind, as long as I'm still breathing on this earth, bro, you'll never be forgotten, man. You was a real man's man. A real stand-up dude. Wasn't afraid of nobody and didn't allow no disrespect and didn't take nothing from nobody. But you was just the coolest cat. You wasn't no shit starter. You wasn't out there bothering people. You wasn't out there causing no chaos or no harm. You was just out there living your life as an older, mature adult. And I'm gonna miss you for that, bro. Thank you for all the memories that you gave me. Thank you for allowing me to be your brother. Thank you for allowing me to watch you grow up and become the man that you came. And may you rest in peace, my brother. But on that note, this is your host with the most, Big Bang, and I'm out. Peace.